Joel keeps a hand of 2 islands, Tempest Djinn, Negate, Spectral Sailor, and Curious Obsession. Irene keeps a hand of 2 swamps, a mountain, a Dragon Skull Summit, a Lightning Strike, and a Duress. Irene plays a swamp and then plays Duress. Joel reveals his hand of Curious Obsession, Negate, Spectral Sailor, Tempest Djinn, and 2 islands. From these, Irene takes Curious Obsession. For Joel's turn, he plays an island and passes. Irene plays a Dragon Skull Summit and passes. At the end step of her turn, Joel flashes in Spectral Sailor. Irene responds with Lightning Strike. For Joel's turn, he draws. He plays an island. He taps 2 and plays Cerulean Drake. For Irene's turn, she taps 2 and plays Rixmati Reveler. She discards a mountain and draws a card. She plays a swamp for turn and passes. For Joel's turn, he plays an island. He then passes the turn. Irene starts her turn off by attacking for 2. Joel blocks with the Drake. The Drake lives because of protection. Irene plays a mountain for turn. She then passes the turn. At end step, Joel flashes in Spectral Sailor. Still on her end step, Irene taps a mountain and casts Shock, targeting the Sailor. For Joel's turn, he plays an island. He then taps 3 and plays Tempest Djinn and passes the turn. Irene starts her turn off by attacking with the Rixmati Reveler. Joel blocks with the Drake. Second main phase, Irene casts Ritual Set, wiping the board. Joel draws for turn. He then passes. For Irene's turn, she taps 3 and plays Legion Warboss. She goes to combat and makes a Goblin. Joel flashes in Merfolk Trickster, tapping down the Legion Warboss. He then blocks the Goblin. For Joel's turn, he draws. He passes the turn. For Irene's turn, she taps a swamp and plays a Duress. Joel responds by negating it. Irene goes to combat, makes a Goblin, and swings with it. Joel blocks with the Trickster. For Joel's turn, he draws. He then passes. For Irene's turn, she taps 2, casts Cast Down on the Merfolk Trickster. Joel responds by tapping 2 and playing Brynhorn Cutthroat. He taps 2, casting Wizard's Retort, countering the cast down and getting a counter on his Brynhorn Cutthroat. Irene moves to combat and swings with the Goblin. Joel blocks with the Trickster. Irene taps a Dragon Skull Summit and plays a Knight of the Ebon Legion and passes the turn. For Joel's turn, he attacks with the Cutthroat. Irene takes 3. He then passes the turn. For Irene's turn, she goes to combat and makes a Goblin. She attacks with the Goblin and the Knight. Joel blocks the Goblin with Merfolk Trickster. For damage, Irene uses the Knight's ability to pump it. She deals 4 to Joel. At the end step of the turn, the Knight gets a counter. For Joel's turn, he attacks for 3. Irene goes to 14. He then plays an island and passes. For Irene's turn, she plays a Dragon Skull Summit. She goes to combat, making a Goblin. She then attacks with everybody, putting a counter on the Goblin. Joel blocks the Legion Warboss with Merfolk Trickster. Irene taps 2 and casts Lightning Strike on the Trickster. She then pumps the Knight with its ability. Joel takes 7, going down to 9. At the end step, the Knight gets a counter. For Joel's turn, he plays an island. He then passes the turn. For Irene's turn, she goes to combat and makes a Goblin. She attacks with the team. Putting a counter on the Goblin. Joel goes to block the Knight. Irene pumps the Knight. Joel then takes 6, going down to 3. The Knight gets a counter at the end step. For Joel's turn, he plays an island and then casts an Opt. He scries to the top and draws the card. He then casts Curious Obsession, targeting the knight. He then concedes the game.